Okay, these are again some more problems from section 6.1, and these are 35 through 40, and this is the second part, and they wanted you to match the differential equation, and then they wanted you to use the slope fields to sketch the graph of a particular solution through the highlighted point. So I kind of put the points, and the points were all in about the same place, as a matter of fact. And what you do is when you're doing these things, just kind of think if that's a little buoy or something. If this is a little like beach ball or a little tennis ball, let's say, that'd be a little bit better, and it's floating in the ocean, and there's a current. How did it get there and where's it going? Just kind of trace back where it would go, and that's what that flow gives you. So if you look at the slope field, it looks like on letter A. Well, sorry, number 35 is C, so 35 is C. So if you look at C, it looks like it's kind of curving around, and it looks like it's kind of following if you follow the curve, I'll kind of show you here. Again, I should have blown these up. But if you look over here, it looks like if you kind of follow this curve around, it looks like it's kind of going like this. It looks like it could have started over here and just followed the current down here and came up like that. See, so this is like the solution. So it looks like it's like a parabola, because you can see there's a curve there, but as this would come down, you just kind of follow the curve like along that way. Okay, so I think you could see that. Oops, sorry about that. So when we draw our particular solution, we would just maybe come to something like this. Again, it would go down about like that. And these would give you the values, the solutions of those going through that point. So this is what it would look like given that point that kind of locks in, because there's a lot of curves, all these curves that would be described by that, but since it goes through this point, that's what we call the particular solution. Okay, so just kind of follow the flow, so to speak. All right, so if we look at, that was letter C. If we look at letter E over here, that was the next one, E. E looks like this. Now, if you look at E and you kind of follow the flow, it looks like this is going to come down over here. It looks like it's going to be asymptotic to the axis and come up like this. So you kind of follow this, just follow these curves over, these lines over here. It looks like you get something like that. I think you can see how that works. Again, if I kind of follow that flow there. There we go. So probably something like this, and probably come up like this. So I kind of did these ahead of time. And sometimes they give you a point. They have you to actually fill it in on the AP exam, and you just would kind of write over like what's in your book, but we don't want to write it in our book. So just something like this. I'm getting to the point where I don't even like to draw all these lines, so I just do them on my computer and make a little template and just work it out, so it makes it a lot easier. Okay, let's take a look at 37. 37 was letter A, so I look at my graph A. Now this is an interesting one because it depends on where this is. If you look at all these straight lines, it looks like if it followed this current, I don't know if it's over enough to do this. You might think it's going to go something like this, but since it's so close to this line and these lines are so straight, you could almost think it's almost like a straight line. So I think that's one way to go. I don't think you would be wrong. If you think it came from this way, you might not be too wrong either. So you got a couple ways to interpret this. You could think, well, I guess it maybe just came up like this, or maybe it just came across like that. So that's a pretty ambivalent point there. So we could probably just take the safe bet and say it comes straight down this line like this. Okay? Although if you went something like this, I wouldn't argue too much, because you could think of that also. Because it's pretty close. That's right along the edge there. Whether it's coming from over this way or from down there. It's kind of hard to tell on that one. Okay? And the next one was letter D over here. If we look at letter D, now this is definitely in the ballpark here, because if you look at letter D, it looks like if you follow these curves around, it looks like this is going to be coming like right up here. See how this kind of looks like this curve? I know it's going to, if it's a tennis ball, I know it's going to definitely come down like this. So I kind of assume it's going to follow these curves over here and go like that. So something like that would be what you would want to cross coming up here like this and going down like that. Again, think of it like it's a tennis ball. Where did it come from and where is it going? So you do something like that, you should have something like, it looks like it's coming from over here. It looks like it's crossing higher up too. So something like this. Coming down like this. Something like that. We're trying to, these are all a bunch of family of curves, and we're just trying to get the particular solution, sorry, that goes through our point. So something like this. Okay. Would be pretty much acceptable. Okay. And then over here, this is letter B. And if I look at B, what's B look like? Yeah, B isn't too bad. Looks like we're gonna, if we look at B, it looks like we're gonna come like this and curve like this. Because this is right along a path here. So it looks like it's kind of like just in this first quadrant over here, coming like this. Looks like it's coming down like from over here. And it looks like it's going over there. So again, where did it come from? Where's it going? So I don't think that's too bad. Looks like it's coming from up here. Now I got a little bit more height on my graphs here, so if you sketch this right on that particular graph, I think it'd make a little more sense. But something like that. Looks like it's going that way. Okay. And then the last one, 40. 40 here overlooks like it's part of a circle. So it looks like it would just be the top part of a circle or a semicircle. Looks like it probably started over here, and it's kind of like floating around here. So it started floating around over here. It's over there, and it's going to continue to go down there. So it looks like it'd be semicircle. Oops. Sorry about that. Let's see here. Hope you can see this. It's kind of glare. Like I said, I should have Xeroxed these and enlarged them. It would have been a little bit better for you to see these. So it looks like we got a semicircle there. Okay. So something like that might be what they're dealing with here. Could use one of my circular templates here to do a little bit better job. It looks like it's definitely symmetrical. So I use pencil. There we go, something like this. Okay? So we're just going to try to sketch it, get an idea. Again, like I said, that's why you use a pencil. And I could have, like I said, I could have used a circular template here for that. Okay, so that's number 40. So we had to find the letter and then sketch it. Okay. So if you do something like that, that would be nice. Okay. Hope those help.